So, welcome to Mental Health Monday. I'm your host, Kanae Quarter, and I am the world's number one financial hypnotherapist specializing in corporate therapy. I'm also a national certified counselor, and we are focused on really figuring out what is blocking your vision so that you can be peaceful in your workplace. This month, we've dedicated our talks to financial awareness. April is Financial Awareness Month, well, it's Financial Literacy Month. We like to call it Financial Awareness Month, and it's because we want to help you address the emotions and the programming associated with money that are causing you stress. I know you've heard me say money is the number one cause of stress, whether you have it or not. It's not whether you have it or not that's causing you stress, it's how you feel about it that's causing you stress. Did that just help you? Like, did you just get a breakthrough right now? I know, but continue to listening. So, last week we talked about how you need to protect your money. So, earn, grow, protect, gift, and enjoy your money is what we consider the money cycle. Last week we addressed protecting your money. This week we're going to be addressing gifting your money because we know that you have been told some things about money that may or may not be true. And when I say may or may not be true, it could be the perspective in which you are um, understanding these programs. It also could be the feeling that these programs are giving you. Now, what is your earliest money memory when it comes to gifting? Because very early in age, we have an idea of money 0 to 7, even 0 to 5. However, gifting doesn't always come into our life that early, but you already had an idea as to what gifting was by receiving. They say it's better to give than to receive. But for the first 5 years of your life was really based on receiving, and it felt really good. Am I right? I mean, does it feel good to receive? Just think about it. When you receive something, especially something you really, really wanted, how good does that feel? Now, when you give, how does that feel? Probably depends on a few things, right? For some of us, it might depend on how much we have, whether we feel good giving. It might depend on who we're giving to. Just think about it. When do you feel generous? And when you think about your idea of prosperity, what is the amount of money that makes you feel good that you can give without, I mean, just give freely? Because for some people, that would be $25. That's all they can afford to give freely. For other people, that could be $20,000 they can give freely and not even think about it. Some people can give $2 million and it doesn't even touch them. So where are you? Because all you need to focus on is you. Doesn't matter what other people are doing. How does gifting make you feel? And that's what's really important. And I want to impress upon you that the focus is how you feel. So let me ask you a question. On a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being low, 10 being high, how prosperous do you feel right now when you think about the amount of money you can gift freely without even thinking about it? Scale of 1 to 10. Now, you can put it in the comments if you feel comfortable. If not, just think about it. Hmm, what is the amount of money? How does that amount of money make me feel? Do I want to be able to give more? Do I feel like, whoa, I've been giving way more than my fair share? People have been taking advantage of me. So there are external factors that are associated with how we feel. And some of those are we might be holding back from gifting because of fear, like fear that we don't have enough. You could be giving because of fear, like fear that people will think you don't have it. So if you say no, they'll think you don't have the money. They won't necessarily think that you have other plans for your money. They might think you're broke, and you don't want people to think you're broke. So you just give. You could be giving because you want people to like you. You or you don't want them to be angry with you, so you just give to keep the peace. Have you ever done that? Yeah, these are lack emotions. And giving more than your fair share is a lack emotion, that there's just not enough love out there because your love and money are associated, which with all of our, that's true for all of us. It's just that society has taught us that it shouldn't be. They doesn't realize that that's just the way the brain is wired. Money and love go together. So it says that money can't buy you love, but it doesn't understand that everything you do is about love. Society doesn't understand that. So that is why we teach what we teach here so that you can understand everything you do is about receiving love. So what if you were just clear on being your authentic self, that you are worthy of love? You are worthy of love, and you don't have to use money or gift people in order to be your friend or your loved one or your significant other. So, another lack emotion is not giving enough, like just holding on, thinking, I don't know when more is going to come, so I bet not let go of this because you're afraid. Yeah, lack mentality. So, sometimes we're waiting to gift. Maybe we're waiting to get more. We're waiting to see what that person is going to do, see if they deserve it, waiting until the gift is appropriate, right? Maybe we don't want to give because we don't know how this person thinks or feels about us. And so we don't want that gift to associate that with that, or whatever it is all external. It's not about how you feel on the inside. It's just giving because it's who you are to be that way, not what you do to get something in return. It's not transactional. Gifting can be transactional. When gifting is transactional, it doesn't feel good. Not in the long run, maybe in the short term, but not in the long term. So sometimes we're gifting before we grow enough, we grow our money enough. You see what I mean? You can't go. So I said the money cycle was earn, grow, protect, gift, and enjoy your money. But if you go straight from earning it to gifting it and you forget to grow it and protect it, then it's not there for you anymore. It's gone. So you can earn it, but you don't give from the money you earn. You can give from the money you grow. When you have surplus, you're giving. So there's an analogy that I like to give, that you're not giving from the teacup, you're giving from the saucer. So if you fill up your teacup, let that run over. You grew your money, you let it run over, and then you give from your saucer, whatever is over the amount that you need for yourself. And personally, me, one time in my life, back in 2008, 9, when the markets were crashing and all of that stuff was happening, I had a year of savings. And if you remember back in that time, I was a financial advisor. So while my clients' money was going down, so was mine. So I began to live off of my savings, but I didn't change my lifestyle. And I was a very big giver. But at the time, I was giving more than my fair share. And I had to learn that I can't give from my savings account. That is the amount of money that I put aside for me. But I only learned that after depleting it and nobody being there to help me. So that's why I'm giving you this information, because you don't have to get there. You don't have to have that survivor's remorse, or you don't have to have that, I want people to like me, or you don't have to have whatever symptom you're going through. It might be burnout, where you just don't, you have zero energy left to make another decision. So money can solve the problem here, pay it off, just go away kind of thing. Have you felt that? You've been there? Yeah. So not wanting to give to make more money, or what I mean by that is not wanting to get like, oh, I'm going to hold on to this because this is money that I can use to make more money. But those are two separate amounts of money. There is money set aside for giving. There is money set aside for growing. So once you grow your money, don't get stuck there. Sometimes we do. We get stuck there and we don't protect it, which then we don't move to gifting it. So if all you're thinking about is next big investment, next business idea, next whatever, and you never get to the gifting. Like, say, take for instance, when we work with CEOs, one of the things we tell them is, know you might remember this from earlier. We talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Know your vision, know yourself, know your pause, know your laws and know your cause. So we still have to talk about that last one, know your cause, because know your cause is the gifting part of your company. You can't just survive as a company without a cause anymore. Gone are those days when it's just all about the bottom line. Your coworkers, your team, and even your customers want to know that you are making an impact. They want to know that if they do business with you, that they are making an impact by just doing business with you. They want to know that by working at this company, that they are making an impact by just keeping this company going. But if you don't have that in place, then there's nothing bringing them meaning. And they can't be associated or attached to the work that they're doing. It's only a matter of time before they leave. So, those are some of the external factors that affect whether you give or you feel good while you're giving. And sometimes you might even think, so there's some other factors. When you think about giving your wealth, even when you think about giving of yourself, what is the feeling that comes up? And this might change, like I said, based on the perspective or some other factors, like who is asking and how much you have. But in general, when you think about giving of your wealth or yourself, what is the feeling that comes up? Are you scared to give of yourself, your wealth? Are you free, like way too free, open, take, come one, come all? So you end up depleted with nothing? Or do you know that number? Because that is a really good feeling when you know that number. Yeah, because sometimes you're confused. Maybe you see somebody else gifting their gifting strategy and their idea of prosperity, and you want in, you want to do what they do. And that confuses you because now you're in opposition or you're not in alignment with who you are. And if you could get in alignment with who you are, then all the rest feels good because you'll be giving from your true authentic self, not from that self that's trying to be liked and accepted. So maybe you just haven't seen it done before the way you want to do it. And so there could be a little trial and error. And if there's trial and error, that means that on the error side, you're going to feel some negative emotion. And that's okay. You don't have to feel good all of the darn time. The negative emotion allows you to get more clarity on what really does feel good to you. So feel like you're learning, you're exploring, and that feels good, or it can, if you are patient with yourself. Now, another one is to complain, give and complain. Oh, that doesn't feel good, does it? You're like, here I go again, helping these people out who can't seem to pay their own bills, or here I go again, helping these people out who can't seem to get out of their own way, whatever the thing you're complaining about. But you can't gift and complain. Those two things cannot exist together. You will not feel good about giving. And I know you've been told that it's better to give than to receive. And so you're supposed to give and it's just supposed to feel good. But what if you're giving too soon? What if you're giving before you feel good about the giving? What needs to be put in place in order for you to feel good about the giving? And how much do you give? And I mean that of your time, your money, your expertise. Just just recently someone called and asked me for my expertise. But this is a friend of mine. So I say, let's first have a conversation because as my friend, I want all my friends to be healthy. And so whatever I can give as a friend, I will. But then when it starts to border over into, oh no, this is my work, this is the work that I do in the world, then that's when a payment comes in. So you have to get clear on what that is. Any CEO friend of mine, I want them to be healthy because I know that what they do in the world is needed. The world needs them and they have to be at the top of their game, personally and professionally. So if I can pour anything I have into them, any resources, any tools, anything I can share with them, but when they need me to be the tool, when they need me to go into my work, then that is when the cost is associated with it. Now, there's part of that that's a gift, you see. And then I had a line. I know clearly when we cross that line. And that's what I'd like you to explore for yourself. Now, let's talk about some internal factors that can help you get really clear and really good and really comfortable with giving. Why do you feel bad when you give sometime? So, a gift is from you, your inner self. It is a piece that you are willing to part with, whether it's money, time, energy, expertise. It is a piece of you that you are willing to part with and pour into that other person, making you aligned with them. But what happens when you given too much of yourself? Now there's a piece of you that should have remained with you that now lives with them. And that piece wants to come back. So you feel that anxiousness, that angst, that icky feeling that I talk about. Yeah, you have to have a gifting plan so that you're clear on how much you give. And this is coming from the protection side. When you have those protections in place, it allows you to give freely of the portion that you have agreed to give. And that is what you're doing. Having that plan in place is the very best thing you can do for yourself and the other person. They don't want to receive your gift if you're going to be resentful about it, right? Think about it. Would you? So give the amount you are comfortable with, whatever that is for you right now. And then you raise it and you raise it as your wealth raises, you raise. As your consciousness raises, you raise. So whether you're the CEO in the leadership team or on the support team, every single person has their idea of prosperity. And you have to know that everybody you work with has a different idea of prosperity. Everybody you interact with that is different from you. So if you're clear on yours and you allow them to be clear on theirs, then you can have an exchange, an even exchange that feels yummy. Make sense? Good. So shift from that desire to the more, well, your true desire. You want to shift from like the pleasure, the acceptance, the, oh, I want to be loved, to your true heart's desire. That's what you want to make the shift. Shift to your desires, what you truly desire, what brings meaning to your life, not just fleeting pleasures. And so when you gift, you want to gift something that brings meaning to your life. By gifting, you feel like you've made an impact. If you don't feel like you're going to make an impact, like, oh, this person's going to go out and do the same thing again, then don't give. It's not the right time. It's not the right time. Or say, here's what I can give you, knowing that this is not helping you. This is just enabling you to stay in the place that you are. You don't have to say those words to them, of course. I'm saying say that internally. That's an inner dialogue. Okay. I'm glad we had this conversation. If you're giving with judgment, then you're not giving from your true authentic self, and you're going to feel the yucky feeling. If you've got to be willing to let go of the judgment, the expectation that something happened with this gift. So whenever you are able to do that, that's how you know this is a gift. This is okay to give. This, I'm okay with this amount of giving. So let go of always being in control of what happens. Also, let go of being a taker, a receiver. Yeah, you've been told it's better to receive. So you're like, well, shoot, come on, bring it on, give me more. Well, you have to give as well. It's cyclical, and it's a circle. And so giving is part of that receiving. It's different side of the same coin. So let go of resistance around receiving as well, which many people do. They have been told it's better to give than to receive. So they're like, okay, well, I'll give, and never receive. Some people are like, shoot, I'm on the receiving side. Come on, I'll take it. But which one are you? Have you been able to receive? Are you an excellent receiver? Or are you just an excellent giver and you haven't really practiced both sides? Flip that coin. It's time to flip the coin. Whichever side you've been dominant on, it's time to flip the coin to the other side. So release the negative feelings around giving. Release the negative feelings around saying no. Release the negative feelings around receiving. Find your number. What is the amount? So let me ask you, when you think about giving, When you get to that yucky feeling, where do you feel that in your body? Really be thinking about that. When you get to that yummy feeling, where do you feel that in your body? So you remember that I gave you a statement that you could say that attracts money into your life. If you listened last week and the week before that and the week before that, as we come to the end of Financial Awareness Month, I want to make sure I give you this statement just one more time, and then I'm going to give you a little field work. So that statement is large sums of money come to me easily and frequently in increasing quantities on a regular basis as I continue to be myself for the good of all involved. And I get to keep all that is in line with my idea of prosperity. Does that sound good or good? If you need to add anything for you, add it. Don't subtract though. Trust me on that. Do not subtract. But if you need to add something, add something. Now let's talk about your field work. I want you to think about what is the amount of money you need to have to feel like you can give freely, to have that yummy feeling. What is the amount of money you need to have in your account to feel your yummy feeling when it comes to giving? Think about that. But also think about what is the amount of money you would like to feel like free to give. So, two different numbers. Do you think about if I had $5 million, I would feel like I could give my number, which is 500,000. Like I want to be able to give $500,000 a year. And in order to feel good and great about that number, I need to have $5 million in my bank account. If that is your number, then great. Whatever your number is, though. So you figure that out. And you may not be there yet. You can grow there. Whatever your number is, you don't have to be there now. I just want you to get really clear on what is that feeling that's going to give you that what is that number that's going to give you that yummy feeling? That number is going to change though. So just do it for now, not for your future. What is it that you need now? And then you're going to get that number and then you're going to come up with a new number. So, but just figure out that number for you. I know what number makes me feel yummy. And whatever pops in your head, go with it. Don't try to rationalize it, figure it out. Just go with that number. And then attract it. Be clear that it's on how you feel. It is about how you feel, not thinking. It is not about thinking. I want you to get really clear on that. Again, another program you've been told. Think positive. I'm going to do another video on thinking positive very soon. But in the meantime, if this video was helpful to you, then I want you to, if you haven't already, go back and listen to the other ones associated with this video: protecting, growing, earning. All of the videos we had this month. Go back and listen to them, watch them. And whatever questions you have, put them in the comments. I'll get you answers. But also, you can be sure to visit our website and go to presidentiallifestyle.com/pop-up if you want to experience a Tame Your Brain session for yourself. Because what we're doing here is bringing you awareness. So you know these feelings, you know the yucky feeling, and you know the yummy feeling. And a Tame Your Brain session is going to clear anything in the way of you moving from your yucky feeling to your yummy feeling. Yeah. So if there is anything in the way, a Tame Your Brain session will help you clear it. Now, you may need more than one, but at least start there. And this pop-up one right now, it's free. I don't know how long it will be free, but right now it's free. So you can go to presidentiallifestyle.com/pop-up and register. So I will see you soon. That was our Mental Health Monday for today. Thank you so much for being here. And I look forward to seeing you next week and every week. So in the meantime, ask yourself, what is my idea of prosperity? And begin to attract it into your life. I'll see you sooner.